If you have a problem in your life, it's because of the way you think. You'll notice that everyone doesn't have the same problem that you have, right? Everyone doesn't have the same challenges that I have. But there's a difference between a challenge and a problem. A challenge is something that you're working on and you have the tools and skills and you're in the process of turning it around. A problem is not that. A problem is something where you don't have all the tools and skills and you're not in the process of turning it around and you need to get them, whether it's from me or somebody else. And you need to do it today because this situation is unlikely to improve by itself. Though a lot of upper right brain people like to leave the problem alone, hoping that it will go away, the odds are that that's not likely to happen. Very, very unlikely to happen. And so you're much better served if you really look at the upper brain part of it, the big picture of the situation, the facts, the figures, the dollars, the data, the numbers, including researching them of the situation. This is now leading you through whole brain thinking, so you do the upper brain first. Then you go to your feelings and the people involved and their feelings. And after you track all three of those quadrants carefully and accurately, then and only then can you begin to make an action plan in the lower left brain, step by step, safety, a safe action plan. And it works every time. If you do that, the situation always gets better and often disappears. You're obviously making choices about a part of life that's more important to you than health and safety, or you did in the past. So that doesn't mean that today you're drinking, a bottle of wine, but maybe you did 2 years ago and now your health is suffering. Or maybe 2 years ago you were doing some things that were dangerous and now you've got the financial results, or you've got the health results, or you've got the legal results. Or perhaps you didn't take the opportunity of developing your education. Maybe you thought that it would be fine not to have a real serious education and have a real career and all that. I have a friend now she's about 41, and she's looking at law schools now because she's made a lot of decisions that were very right-brained, and they didn't meet her needs, and they don't meet her needs. And thank God for all the whole brain conversations I've had with her and her taking a look at her brain, according to Herman Brain Dominance. She saw what was most used in her brain and what was least used in her brain. The whole brain instrument is amazing. She said, oh my goodness. Well, then I have to force myself to look at the facts and the figures and the dollars and the numbers as I discussed it with her. And now she's applied to law school.
Wonderful.
So that's what I call manually moving yourself around your brain. Even though your brain isn't firing equally in all four quadrants, that doesn't mean that you don't have the consciousness to tell your brain what to do. You can. It may be like a stroke victim learning to walk again or talk again, and they do. Stroke victims learn to walk and talk again, all the time. So we are not limited to what our brain naturally does. We have choices.